everybody, welcome back to my channel. In one of my most recent videos, I did a Q&A and a lot of you guys really liked it, and I mentioned to you guys that I had way more questions that I didn't even get to answer just because I took too long to answer on the last one. So this one's going to be a 36-minute long video, and I'm still going to take my time answering the questions because honestly, when I watch Q&As, that's what I love the most. I like seeing where people answer the questions in depth. I feel like if I answered them super vague, it would just be such a boring video because it wouldn't be interesting, you know what I mean? So yeah, personally, I'm going to take my time answering the questions. That's just me. But if I end up having a lot of questions still left, then I will do a part 3. And I just wanted to mention we are going to be doing a nail set in this video, as you guys can already tell. You guys probably already saw the little video in the beginning of what I'm going to be making. It's a really pretty elegant set, super easy, and it's actually crazy because the amount of time it took me to do the set is the exact time of this video because I didn't speed up or slow down this entire video, so this is just how long it took me to make this nail set. So anyways, I'm going to be starting off with another question. Someone asked, I'm going to be starting off like where I left off. Someone said, what nail design techniques were the hardest for you to master? So I really wanted to answer this. The main one for acrylic nails was for sure an ombre, I believe. Yeah, an ombre was the hardest. And then for press-on nails, the hardest for me was French tips, I think. I barely started mastering French tips, I would say, like last year. And I've been doing nails since pretty much the end of 2018, kind of. So yeah, that one, French tips for press-ons, was definitely the hardest. Ombre, surprisingly, for press-ons, I got the hang of it really, really fast. Another design that's really hard to master for me exactly right now in this moment is like airbrush. I'm not really good with my airbrush, so that's why it's like kind of hard for me. Someone said, how are you coping so far with all the success? I honestly think, you guys, I want to answer this question super, super honestly. I think people think that I'm like so successful, make like so much money and all these things. I understand because everybody in my life thinks that all the time, and it's not true. You guys, I barely make like the amount of like a normal working person. And that's just being 100% honest, telling the truth. I do get paid a little bit from Instagram Reels. That was before. Now they stopped. I think they stopped paying for Reels, which is kind of annoying. But that was like a few hundred, and then that stopped. So now I don't have that anymore. And then for YouTube, it's only like around like 1,000 to 1,500 a month, which is also not too much considering it's every month. That's how much I get. And then other than that, every other income that I get is just based on me doing my nail sets. So that's just being super honest with you guys. I don't have like all the success. I do have the following on Instagram, which I understand that's probably what you're talking about. So I do get the orders and the requests for orders, and I cope with it pretty well as far as that part. But as far as like a super big success, I 100% don't feel that way, just because I just feel like I'm normal. The only thing is I have a big following on Instagram, a decently following on here on YouTube, and yeah, so I'm not really that successful, so I don't have to really cope with anything. The main thing that I kind of have to cope with is like I take a lot of orders because a lot of people want to order from me, and then I feel bad when a lot of people are really nice in my DMs, and I always want to take the orders from them because I don't want to have them waiting. And then sometimes I take too many orders and don't realize that I'm really backed up. That's the more so the thing that I have to cope with, is like my time management, and I did touch on that a little bit in my last Q&A. Someone said, let me see. How do I get my business out there? I've been doing press-ons for 3 years. So someone has actually asked me this recently, and it was in my Instagram, in my DMs, I believe. The main thing that you need to do for sure is post consistently, and I mean every day, up to 2 times a day if you can, 3 times a day, and post reels. I know I just said that reels stopped paying, but reels are still important because they like make your following go up so much. My following didn't go up to the way it was on Instagram until I started posting a lot of reels, so that's very, very important. Another thing, try to put trendy like hashtags, trending hashtags in the all of your reels on your page. Another thing as well, when you're making a reel, try to put a caption that'll kind of catch the viewer's attention to make them like while they're watching the video, while the video's playing, they go into your like to your like comments or whatever to see the comment that you put, or you know what I mean. So honestly, I think just like doing things like that to catch people's attention, posting every day, make sure you have highlights on your page, make sure you have all of your policies up on your Instagram as well. Instagram is the biggest thing for small businesses. You want to have it really, really good. You want to have highlights. You want to post on your story every single day. You want to be very, very, very consistent. I see a lot of people message me and they ask me like, personally, like they'll be like, oh, I don't know what to do, like I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I go to their page and the last time they posted was like at the beginning of like last month, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's literally it right there. I mentioned this in the last video, but think about it this way. If you are going to buy like some handmade product from someone, let's just say it's not press on nails, let's say it's anyone, put yourself in the customer's position. Would you rather buy from a page that's super consistent, shows all their work, has all their policies already in place so you know where you're going into, and they're, you know, everything like that, and they have a lot of like videos of their work on their page? Or would you rather order from a page that only has a few posts and doesn't post so often? You know what I mean? So definitely keep that into consideration, keep that in mind, and put yourself in their position basically. Another thing I wanted to say is you can compare my two Instagrams to what I'm saying, and it is 1000% the truth. I have one Instagram that is my Nail Slay by Val Instagram. I do not post on there consistently at all. I don't even check my messages on that account. I don't even go on that account ever unless I'm posting that I've created a YouTube video, or like I uploaded a new video, because some people follow me on that account and not on my press on account. So I like to post it just in case my subscribers don't know that I uploaded. But you guys, you can literally see for a fact that that account I don't post a lot on, because on one of my accounts I have like 70K or whatever, and on my other account I only have like 11K or something. And that's because I just don't post on there. Like that's literally all it is. Another thing that I want to say is you want to cross post. So if you have a personal Instagram, if you have any other small business, or if there's anything else you like to do, make sure you're posting about your press on nails on all of those accounts. Make a Twitter account, make a TikTok. If you're into TikTok and you already post like personal videos, make a nail one for sure. Honestly, I would say make a YouTube channel. YouTube is the main thing also that gets me the following that I have on Instagram. A lot of people will go follow me on there and they will order, even though they just found my channel through subscribing to me, they will go and order nails from me. So that's a big factor as well. So honestly, if you're down to like create videos and you want to try it out, I suggest you totally do it. We don't have enough press on artists here on YouTube. I feel like there's only a little handful of people that do it. So yeah, I would recommend that as well. And YouTube is kind of hard to get into. It's very, very, very difficult to get subscribers and to stay consistent, very like a lot, just because it's harder. It takes me about like an hour to 2 hour to 3 hours basically to edit every single video, and then that doesn't even include creating my thumbnail, creating my description box, everything like that. And then you still have to wait for it to upload. That takes about an hour to upload to my computer, and then also to upload to YouTube is like another hour and a half. So in total, like literally like 4 to 5 hours per video. So it is a lot of work, but if you're down to do YouTube, totally do it. If you were wondering, I know I'm taking long to answer this question, but if you were wondering, all I do is use iMovie on my MacBook, and that's what I use to edit. It's super simple for me. I am not good at technology and tech savvy stuff, and it's very easy for me to use. And I edit all of my intros, outros, and thumbnails on Canva. So yeah, that does take a lot of time, but that's what I recommend if you want to get started. And then the same person asked me, what is your lighting situation? So I actually have two big ring lights. I have one little ring light, and then I have one little table lamp. So four lights in total in my on my desk. And I actually, like all these months, I would say for like the past year, I've only had the two ring lights, the big ones, and one desk lamp. And recently, just this week, I added an extra mini ring light because it has an extra attachment for me to film on. And I actually filmed a cute little tutorial on my TikTok and here on YouTube Shorts. And then I put it up on Reels on Instagram as well. So cross posting like that is very important, where you post on every single platform that you have, and make sure you advertise your business, or you know, your Instagram wherever you can. Also make business cards. You can go and leave them in random places. I've done that before. Like leaving them in random stores. Target is a popular one. Maybe leave them by the press on aisle in Target. I don't know if that's normal to do or if there's something bad doing that, but I did do it in the beginning. I don't anymore, but yeah, that's another thing I would recommend. Also, wearing your work is very, very important as well. Make sure you wear your work, because you are your number one biggest form of advertisement. If you're wearing your work, people are going to see it. You go through the drive-thru at Starbucks, you go get some food, whatever, people are going to see your work. And always make sure you keep a business card on you so that you can give it to them and tell them like, oh, let me know that I saw you like here at Starbucks or at Wingstop or whatever, and then I'll give you $10 off your order. You know what I mean? Just to gain a new clientele. Another thing I wanted to say is encourage your people that do buy from you right now, encourage them to post your nails, or like send you pictures wearing their nails or post it on their story, because if they post it on their story, anyone that follows them will see it and they'll be like, oh, those look hella good, I'm gonna go order from her too. So that's another thing that also gets me consistent clientele, because they will literally message me and be like, hey, my friend told me that she had nails from you and she loved them or whatever, you know, and then they end up ordering as well. So always on your little business card or something, or when they place an order, put a little note or something like that that says, when you're wearing your nails, please send me a picture or video so I can feature it on my story. That's really important as well. So I do all of these things. I do a mix of everything, and I think that just adds up. So yeah, I think I took kind of long to answer that question, but I hope it helps you. And the next question that I have is, someone said nail sizing and your fave nails to buy. So I actually mentioned this in my last video that I just uploaded today, but I am going to be doing a Press On Nails 101 episode 3, and that one is going to have everything about sizing nails and everything like that. So stay tuned for that video. But right now, just to answer the question really quickly, for nail sizing, I just tell all of my customers to measure themselves with some measuring tape and like just a piece of tape and a pen. And then I also just tell them that they can also order a size kit, and I do size kits. I have a whole video on how I made my size kits here on my channel. It's just down more further. But yeah, that's what, just to like answer it really quick, that's it. Someone said, what's your average time you take on a set? Sometimes I take 6+ hours on mine. I totally understand that. That's actually funny that I saw this question, because I just told you guys that the amount of, like, however long this video is how long it took me to do this set right here. I cut out all the parts where I was just like, you know, sitting down or not doing the nails. And as you can see, all the parts are literally together, and I'm going really slow. So that's how you know, like, this is how long I actually took on the nails. I didn't speed up or slow it down, but my main time is for sure like 1 hour to 1 hour and a half. This set was short, so that's why it took me, it was a little bit easier. And these swirl designs are a lot easier for me. Any sets with like swirls or anything like that, I always do them super fast. So yeah, that's just like one thing. Swirls and like French tip, those I do really quick. But like sets with a lot of different colors will take me like an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Hand painted designs for sure take me like 3 hours to 4. So like I know these are all hand painted, but you know what I mean, like the intricate type of designs, those take me like a long time. So don't feel bad about your time. I always take a long time too. um Someone said, what chair would you recommend to prevent back pain? Girl, I don't even know. My chair sucks and my back hurts every single day. So I wouldn't know yet, but honestly, what I would recommend right now off the top of my head is probably like a gaming chair, because those are meant to be sat in for like a long time. I have a little office chair from Amazon, and it was pretty pricey, and it still makes my back hurt. So I don't recommend like those. I would either recommend like a really expensive office chair, like those big ones, because those are like for like offices, or I would recommend, yeah, probably a really comfortable gaming chair. Because I see a lot of nail techs have gaming chairs, like the ones that actually, like the nail techs that actually do acrylic nails and clients every day. And doing acrylic nails and clients does not compare. Like doing that hurts your back and your wrist and your neck so much, you guys, more than doing press on nails. I did both for literally years, so I know firsthand. Doing acrylic nails, my back would always hurt, my wrist would be hurting, and with press ons, it's a little bit easier on my body, but my back for sure still hurts because my table's kind of low, so I have to look down like a lot. Um, Someone said, tips to start a press on business. I can't seem to get enough orders. So I kind of did answer this like right now. For sure, just like posting, being consistent. I know I could say it all like all the time, but I know you guys probably think I'm just like saying it to say it, but it's so true, you guys. Like I said, you guys can look at both of my different accounts, and on one of them, the only reason I have followers on that one is because I advertise it sometimes on my press on one, and I advertise it here on YouTube. But other than that, I would not have a following on my Nail Side by Val account if I never cross posted about it, because I never post on there. So yeah, just be really, really consistent. Post reels, post all your work, post highlights, post your customers wearing your nails, and encourage them to post it on their story, to be featured on your story or something like that. And also, for sure, once you're barely starting, do like a promo. I know you guys can't do this if you want to try to make like a lot of money really quick, because it's not going to work. um you guys need to try like starting out. This is how I started out. I would do like buy one set, get one plain set for free, or things like that. And I will talk about this a little bit more in my press on one-on-one video coming up as well, because I get a lot of questions about it. But I have briefly answered it before. Someone said, did you take any classes or nail tech course, or just started on your own? So I actually started self-taught, and then I went on from there to go to nail school, but I never actually graduated. I didn't learn anything from there. Every single day, all they did was try to teach you how to pass the state board every single day. And state board was just like applying acrylic really thin, removing it with acetone, doing a red nail polish manicure, removing that, and like how to sanitize your desk, quote unquote sanitize your desk, which literally, it like they barely taught you anything, like ever. Like they never really taught anything. At least where I went in my experience. I know every school's different, every state is different. I live in California, and the school that I was going to is just like didn't teach me anything. It was honestly such a waste of money and such a waste of time. So that's just my take on it. I'm 100% self-taught. When I was doing acrylic nails, everything was sanitized, everything was taken care of. I had everything in sanitization pouches. Every nail client got a new file, new buffer, new everything. Every single client, I would never reuse anything. And that's just all from me being self-taught. So yeah, I think honestly, I know that it's like a stigma and you guys have to be licensed, because if you guys ever want to open a shop or anything like that, or if you guys don't want to get into trouble, just get the license just to get it if you're really passionate about acrylic nails. But in my school, they didn't teach any designs whatsoever. No designs, no nothing, just how to pass the state board every single day. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Um, Someone said, do you have any site recommendations for full tips catering to large and to small nail beds? I would honestly recommend enailcouture. Those are the best ones. I've noticed that their size zeros are pretty big most of the time, especially like the stiletto shapes and stuff. I would recommend trying those out. If you want to look for really big nail tips for bigger nail beds, I would recommend the stiletto size from enailcouture. And also, I can't think of them off the top of my head. Maybe like Extreme Square and XXL Square for sure has a really big thumb size. So I don't know. It just really depends, you guys. I have like more than 20 different kinds of nail tips. I'm not kidding. More than 20 different kinds, but I will only post on my page that I offer like 10 of them, just because I keep the other ones in case I ever need a bigger size or anything like that. And also other shapes that I've just experimented with. I've spent a lot of money in the past, like probably like 2 years ago when I started doing press-ons, to try to get the perfect tips that I felt like worked for me. There is a lot of the enailcouture ones where their sizes run super off and super funky. Like they'll be either really, really small or really, really big, and I totally understand that. But my favorite right now that work for me personally are square, ballerina, um, oval, which is like a perfect almond. It's not oval. Um, Long sculptured square. That's my all-time favorite, and it fits everyone that I've tried it on so far. And I think maximum square or extreme square, both of those. Just get both of them just to try them out. Those are all the ones I would recommend right now off the top of my head, and also XXL coffin as well. Those are all good. So I hope that kind of helps you a little bit. Someone said, uh, what's your most requested nail length and shape? For sure, long sculptured square. It's not like super sculpted. It's not at all. It fits my flat nail beds, but that is my most requested long square all the time, and it looks good on literally everybody. Like it looks good on everyone. So I love that shape. My next most requested after that would definitely be medium length square, which is shorter than the long. Those are my two number one, and then my third would be extra long square. It's getting less and less popular to get those super super long nails. I still use them, but I definitely use them way less. I think because all of us like you know, can't function with the really long nails, especially if you have a job and stuff. It's gonna be really hard. The only girls that get the really long ones are the girls that are like super used to it. So that's what I've been noticing over the years. Someone said, how did you build your clientele? I'm having a hard time getting orders and clients. So I also answered this already. I really hope it helps you. That's literally all the advice that I could give. That's everything that I did to get my page to where it's at. And I didn't do anything else. Just literally everything I just said earlier was everything that I did. And I really recommend you guys try that because your page will start growing. Another thing I wanted to add to that is just try to stay unique to you. Don't try to do like a whole bunch of nails that other people are doing or anything like that. Do whatever you think looks pretty and whatever you think you like, because you guys will grow a following based off of that. You know what I mean? Because they will also like your work. And I feel like that's just the best way to do it. Like, just be yourself, because the pages that I see that are growing more are the people that are just doing a little bit of everything but also following what they like as well. So I just wanted to say that. um Someone said, tips when starting a YouTube channel. So that's a really good question. So I kind of did just like answer that a little bit right there, where like back where I said what I use. So I do use iMovie. Another tip is you have to be consistent on YouTube. I would recommend posting 2 to 3 times a day. And for just literally getting subscribers on YouTube takes so long, you guys. It's not like Instagram where your following can grow faster. Um, it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work for sure. It's very easy to give up. There was a lot of times where I didn't post for months at a time, 1 month at a time, and you guys probably know this. All of you guys that watch me like a lot, it's really hard to stay consistent because it takes so much time to edit, but it's worth it because you can see all the feedback you get. I love reading your guys' comments and just seeing your guys' positivity and showing how you guys really support me. Makes me feel so special because I don't have people that support me. So just seeing that I really appreciate it. Um, and yeah, that's like honestly all I can do. I do film with my iPhone in case you were wondering about that. And in this video, I will put in the description the ring lights that I use, all of them, as well as the tripods that I use. So in case you guys were wondering, and yeah, I just use my iPhone 12 Pro Max to film. That's all I use. And I do pay extra storage every month. I pay for 2 terabytes, so that's why I never run out of storage. I think right now I have a crazy amount of like videos and photos in my phone, you guys. I think I have like so many. I have 17,000 photos and I have 2,000 videos. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff. But once I'm done recording the set, I will go back into my iPhone and I'll delete the footage because it's already on my channel, so I don't need it in my phone. You know what I mean? So I try to be consistent with doing that. So that's another tip if you guys are scared about running out of storage and stuff. And editing, yeah. So for lighting and everything, I will put all that in the description box. And if you guys have any personal questions or like have more questions about YouTube in general, you guys can ask me if you want on my Instagram. So um, someone said, sorry, you guys, I'm trying to see where I left off. Someone said, how do you take your pictures and videos? All I do is use my iPhone and I always record with Flash. And that's literally all I do. Someone said, what type of tips do you use? I already answered that. I use enailcouture and I listed all the ones that I like the most. Someone said, does making press-ons make good money? Also, how many sets a week do you make? So, making press-ons does make good money. I would say I get about, I don't know, like my estimate is maybe like 60 or $50 an hour. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like 50 an hour. Um, but I don't make hella money. Like I don't have a house. I don't have like all this extra stuff because I don't like work as much as I could. For example, if I was doing in-person clientele like acrylic nails, I would be having probably up to 4 to 5 clients a day. And when I make press-ons, I only work about 3 to 4 days a week, if that makes sense. And I only make a few sets every day of those days that I work. Um, so in a whole week, about how many sets I make, probably about between 10 to 20 depending on the week and depending on how many orders I take and how behind I am as well. So that all kind of factors into that. Um, Someone said, "Will you ever show yourself or post more pictures? You're gorgeous." Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I actually post a lot of myself on my personal Instagram. I just don't like posting my personal stuff on my work page, like press on account and my other account. Personally, I just don't like to. I don't like when like this is like my 100% my own opinion. I don't like when people post like all their personal stuff, like their kids and everything like that, on their personal account. I just feel like, because I mean on their business account, because you don't know who's on that page, you know what I mean, especially because it's public. Personally, I just wouldn't do that, but I do have a personal account and I post all of my stuff on there. I post about my animals and myself, and yeah, and my boyfriend as well. So someone said, "I bought tips from enailcouture and noticed the XXL are bigger. Are yours like that?" So I actually just mentioned that the XXL has really wide thumbs. I think their thumbs are probably like a 22 millimeter or even bigger. I'm not even sure, but yeah, all of them are like that, and I would recommend using a different size from enailcouture. I would recommend maximum square or extreme square. I think extreme square is the one that's like the perfect sizes, and they are the ones that I use when I'm using my long ones. I'm either using those or like my Nails by Dev tips. I honestly just use whatever tips I have, but for sure buy enailcouture maximum square and extreme square. I also like enailcouture because their tips are pretty affordable. Like they could cost more, especially because I guess they're soft gel tips. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they are. So yeah, they are very good quality tips as well. So try those out and see how you like them. Because yeah, the XXL square ones, the pinkies are like super tiny and then the thumbs are so big. So that's kind of like hard to work with. Someone said, "How old are you?" I'm 23. Do you have a personal Instagram? Yeah, I do. I'll actually just put the name right here. Those of you that watched this far are probably like loyals anyway, so I'll put it right here for you guys. Someone else asked me, or actually, first, I wanted to say, if you guys are gonna follow me on my personal Instagram, I don't post like a bunch of crazy stuff, you guys. I don't party. I don't go out a lot. Like I like to go out, but like I don't go out to do crazy stuff. So honestly, my Instagram's kind of boring. If you guys are homebodies, you guys like aesthetic type of stuff, and you guys love animals, you guys will love to follow me because that's I post all about my animals all the time. They are literally my children. So if you guys don't like that, you guys probably won't like following me. I just wanted to put a disclaimer out right now. But I do post it like where I go, and I love posting my food. I'm a big foodie. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And another question that I got is someone said, "Why do you prefer press ons over in person clientele? Sometimes I want to transition." Honestly, if you already have a following because of your press on, I mean, because of your clientele account, like your acrylic account, I do recommend transitioning with that same account if you want to. Or making another account for just press ons only. That's actually what I did. I had my Nail Slayed by Val account and I was taking clients and everything like that in San Jose when I lived there. And I decided that I wanted to do press on nails only, and I switched and made a press on nail account. And now my press on account is where it is, and I prefer press on so much more. I could honestly sit down and do nails whenever I have the time to do it. It's not so specific like having a client. You have to have you like the client's going to show up at a certain time. You have to make sure like everything's in order. You have to make sure no one's going to bother you while you're doing it. If you're doing it at home, it's like really personal, you know what I mean? It's scary to bring new people into your house as well. That's like another thing I was like honestly worried about and that I didn't like. And the only reason why I did it was because obviously I didn't live alone. I lived with a lot of people, so like my family, so that was why I didn't mind it. But another thing is like I like having the freedom, and I also like make the same amount, which is why it's worth it. And I love that I get to do nails for people all over the United States, and like everybody's wearing my nails, not just like in my city. Um and yeah, I think that's like the main reasons. I can't really think of anything else, but also um acrylics are just so much more tedious. Like I mentioned earlier, they really made my back hurt. Like my wrist would always hurt. I take too long sometimes doing them, to the point where I'm like such a perfectionist and I will file and file and file all day, and then people can get mad about that. So that's like another thing. I don't have anyone like watching me while I'm doing this. I have a lot of anxiety, like really bad, you guys. I don't think you guys understand like how much anxiety I have. I have it like a lot, like bad, like really bad. So just meeting new people like that would always make me nervous. I would start like getting sweaty and like feeling anxiety, and I would feel like I would have to like apologize all the time to them. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, it's so hot in here" or something, when in reality I was just so nervous about like meeting a new person. Um and yeah, so that's like the main reason. I just feel so much calmer. I feel in my element, and when I'm doing this, I can just take my time without anyone having to like, tell me that I'm taking too long or anything like that. So that's like another main reason. And then lastly, the other reason is because I would always have people stand me up. People would not show up all the time. I'm too nice, and people would take advantage of that a lot. So that was like a main thing. I would have a lot of people not show up, a lot of people that would cancel on me last second. And I really, really, really hated that, because that like would determine like what money I was getting for that day. And then when they don't show up, like you make nothing. You know what I mean? Like they don't care about your time. A lot of people don't. Only certain people that are really loyal will care. And that's like something else that I really hated when I was doing personal, like in-person clients. Also, another thing, you guys, it's like a whole bunch of things. Like it wasn't just like one thing that made me stop doing it. The smell got way too strong for me. Right now, I hate doing 3D flowers on my press-on nails because the smell is so strong, you guys. I just can't even handle it sometimes. And I really hate it. I hate working with acrylic. It's so messy. You have to clean up a lot afterwards, sanitizing all your stuff. Everything like that is just so much work. Making sure that you don't cut anyone. That was my other like really big fear, was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna cut this person? I only cut someone one time, and that was with the nail file, actually, when I was filing the sides of their nails, and I gave them like a little like paper cut. But I was so terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so scared that like I can't believe I just cut this person. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I have really shaky hands because I'm always so nervous. You guys probably can tell in some of my videos where my hands are like shaking a lot. Um, in person, it's 10 times worse when there's someone right there. And I feel like over like the years, my anxiety has only gotten like really, really worse than when it was when I was doing in-person clients back then. So I can only imagine right now, I could probably cut someone with an e-file and I would feel so horrible, and I would probably like start crying because I'm really, really, really emotional. So that's like another thing, just doing a filing and everything like that. Scared that I can damage their nail beds or anything, just kind of scared me all the time. Like I mentioned, in school, they didn't teach me any of that, which is fine. I did clients for like almost 2 years, and I did amazing. I was really good at it. But like all those other reasons were like the main reasons. And then, of course, I was always scared I could cut someone, which was also scary because it can happen to anyone. But I would say like towards the end, when I started or like towards the end, I was like super confident with my e-file. I knew for sure which drill bits to use, the safety bits, and everything like that. And of course, I made so many videos for you guys here on YouTube, and you guys can see I was really good with the e-file. So I don't know, it's kind of just like a mix of all those things. I'm sorry like I took so long to answer the question. So I'm going to answer this question. This is probably going to be the last one because I'm running out of time, like always, you guys. If I have another more time, I will answer one more. But someone said, how do you protect yourself or take secure orders and have protection from chargebacks? So I don't really know how to answer this, just because I've never gotten this before. Like, I only take orders through Zelle or Cash App, and from my knowledge, you cannot get your money back through those. Like, Zelle will literally tell you, once you send this, it cannot be undone. You can try to open a dispute, but they will like never get back to you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And another thing, I'm not a scammer, so you're gonna get your nails back regardless. If someone's trying to charge back me, it's because they're a scammer, and that's like so upsetting. I have had people try to do it on Cash App where they'll like send the money and then right away try to cancel it, because you can cancel it within like the first few minutes, and then after that you can't like get a refund for it, unless the person approves it, which is me, unless I approve it. So I have had someone try to do that like really quick, try to refund it, which is so annoying. And of course I didn't approve it because they didn't do it in time. And if I ever saw someone do that, I would just literally block them and never take the order ever again. But honestly, that's like the only way I can describe it. Another thing, I have their like their personal info. I have their email, their address. They don't send me anything until they send me their address, their email, and everything like that. So I have a way to contact them, and I always have proof of all the messages. If someone tries to message me in vanish mode, I will turn vanish mode off or take it off. I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm pretty sure I can take it off from my end. So I try not to like take people's orders from that, because if for some reason they did try to get their money back, I have like all the proof that they did order. I also send them a post like as soon as they send an order inquiry that says, by ordering from me, you agree to the terms that there is no refunds. I'm not held liable like if the package is lost, which I've never had a package get lost before ever. So yeah, that's like pretty much all I've ever had to deal with. But I know for sure when you have like when you have a website, it's harder. Like people can charge back it, and I'm not sure how that works because I don't have a website. So personally, I feel like I'm not the best to answer this question, but definitely if you're going to take orders without a website, use Cash App and Zelle only. Don't use anything else, because I think PayPal will refund them, Venmo will, so don't do any of that. Just use Cash App. From my experience, it's been working really well. And I think that's why, honestly, you guys, a lot of scammers use Cash App. I actually got scammed on Cash App before on Facebook Marketplace, and someone like scammed me for $100, and I was not able to get the money back. You can't even contact someone to do it. Like, you can't even contact like any customer service or anything for Cash App. It was so annoying because I got scammed for a puppy. Supposedly, someone was selling puppies like 2 years ago when I was trying to buy one, and it was so freaking dumb. Like I sent them $100. It was so stupid, and of course I got scammed. So yeah, Cash App's really good because they can't get their money back if they are trying to scam you. Um, and I actually, yeah, you guys, I'm pretty much out of time here. This is what the set ended up looking like. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I'm sorry if I was talking a little bit quieter. My boyfriend's asleep next to me, so I didn't want to talk like too loud. But this is what the set turned out like. It was different on both hands, which I love. And this is the final video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, just let me know. I have enough questions to do a part 3. So like I have so many questions from both my Instagrams. And I really love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!